is TV5 News at 8, bringing coverage closer to home.
You just finished watching it on TV5, Borough Council. Now we have a little recap for you. Good evening, I'm Christy Herman.
And I'm Carolyn Kelly. Mark Despotakis joins us live from the Clarion Free Library with details of tonight's meeting. Mark?
Right there, as we are here live at the Clarion Free Library, and I'm joined right now by Clarion Borough Manager Carol Pinto. Now, one of the first things that happened tonight in the meeting was a 3-year development plan. Now, this involves some storm sewers. Now, the motion passed, but could you maybe explain it a little bit better for our viewers?
Certainly. I have prepared Clarion Borough's CDB application. Clarion Borough is an entitlement community, and this year our entitlement is $148,640. But in the grant application process, you have to prepare a 3-year plan. So as I prepared the plan, I put together that within the next 3 years we will continue to work on storm sewers, and we are anticipating for the next 3 years our money will go towards storm sewers within the borough.
Okay, so and it's for some sewers on Wood and South Streets?
That's correct. It's going to start at Weaver Place and come down Wood Street to 7th Avenue. We'll proceed down 7th Avenue to South Street and South Street to 6th. It's a very aggressive project. We're hoping to complete as much as possible with the monies we have allocated.
Okay. All right. Borough Manager Carol Pinto, thanks for joining us. A lot of other things going on here at the meeting tonight, but real briefly, just to recap, one thing that did happen in the public safety report, it was approved that Officer Kemmer, who was on a 6-month probationary working here, is approved as full-time. That came on the recommendation of Police Chief Schaefer here in Clarion Borough. He is now a change of status. It's a full-time position. So as we said, a lot of things happened here on Borough Council. You can look for a recap tomorrow night on TV5 News at 8. For now, reporting live from downtown Clarion at the Clarion Free Library, I'm Mark Despotakis. Back to you, Christy and Carolyn.
Thanks, Mark. Moving on to our other top story tonight, county jail officials are facing more grievances from inmates. Mike Lockett joins us now with the top story. Mike?
Thanks. In February, TV5 brought you the story of inmates Christopher Donaldson and Clinton Shanafelt. As reported in the Clarion News, the families of Donaldson and Shanafelt raised concerns and allegations in federal court of neglect and mistreatment of inmates at the Clarion County Jail. Among the main concern of the inmates' families was a lack of proper medical treatment. Since then, Susan Wasco of Brookville has aired like grievances. Wasco's son, Terry Scott Ricotta, who's an inmate at the Clarion County Jail. As reported in the Clarion News, Ricotta, who suffers from a series of health problems, including asthma, seizures, and depression, has not received proper medical checks. Wasco also alleges that the jail is quoted excessively cold, dirty, and infested with insects. And she also brought up an incident where the water in the prison was shut off for an extended period, which was not otherwise specified. Wasco was joined by Lee Donaldson, the father of inmate Christopher Donaldson, and his wife at the prison board meeting. Grievances from the Donaldsons and the Shanefelds have already been filed in the federal court. Before the board, Wasco alleged her son was beat up and singled out by correct officers, and then she witnessed bruises and scratches on her son's face as a result of an altercation with 2 guards. Statements from the particular incident have been filed by officers in court documents. Ricotta is currently transferred to the Clearfield County Jail, and concerned family members of inmates speculate at least one more family to file a grievance. Wasco has also contacted the ACLU. Back to you.
Unemployment rates for January in Clarion County show more people off the job. Take a look at the numbers. The unemployment rate in Clarion County for January was 7.5%. That's up 2.5% from December of 1999, and up just over 0.5% from 1 year ago. Statewide and nationally, the unemployment rate is 4.5%.
A new management team is taking over duties at the county landfill in Farmington Township. This news comes to us from our newspaper exchange partner, the Clarion News. County Landfill Incorporated has taken over management of the landfill, but ownership of it has not changed. It will continue to operate under a partnership with Allied Waste Incorporated. Other issues concerning the landfill include increasing the daily limit of waste accepted and the possibility of fencing in the landfill. The North Clarion Area School District may look a little different the next time you see it. Kate Skinner has the details on the renovations in the district. Kate?
Renovation of the North Clarion Elementary School, totaling just under $2 million, were awarded by the school board at a February 28th special meeting. The renovations will replace the roof on the elementary school, the heating system, the building's electrical, plumbing, and mechanical systems, and provide additional parking space. To pay for the work, the board authorized issuing bonds totaling $2,460,000. Those bonds will go on sale March 13th. Much of the cost of the project will be reimbursed to the school district by the state. The district will deal with providing funds for the project as it develops its budget for the 2000-2001 school year this summer. In Clarion, Kate Skinner, TV5 News.
The North Clarion School Board approved a $1 million tax increase in 1998 to help pay for renovations. The Pennsylvania State Police in Clarion have released statistics for the month of February. State Police made over 50 criminal arrests, responded to over 90 accidents, issued 600 traffic citations, and had 6 DUI arrests. State Police also issued over 600 warning notices.
Coming up, it's Super Tuesday, and that means voters will be out across the country. Well, we'll have the details.
Plus, a new art exhibit is coming to Clarion University. Find out about it next.
All this and more coming up as TV5 News brings coverage closer to home. But first, here's a look at tonight's winning lottery numbers.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant. The Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant is located at 540 Main Street in Clarion and offers dining as well as a nightclub. The restaurant and nightclub are open 7 days a week for your convenience. Call Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant 226-8400. This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Clarion Office Equipment. Clarion Office Equipment is located on Greenville Avenue Extension in Clarion. They can handle all your office equipment and computer needs. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can call Clarion Office Equipment at 226-8753.
It's not just about making plans. It's about making a difference and taking an interest, not just earning it. At Edward Jones, it's about more than investing. It's about knowing you.
My every hope, my life, my world, it all begins with a dream.
Edward Jones, investing in you and your dreams.
In Clarion, see Gary Martin, located on Main Street, phone 226-7896.
Feedback starts now. And I said, you know, it wasn't a better name for a movie to come out now, and I think I'm going to make the movie or write the book. It would be a great book to have, and you can call to get her book. You can also find it online. And I have a feeling I'm going to be rather opinionated. People I know so. Let's ask them about scheduling. Why is it that students have such a problem here with?
Tune into Feedback with Mark Despotakis every Tuesday and Wednesday night beginning at 7:30 p.m.
We're totally out of time. No time to talk to you. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is TV5 News at 8, live with Christy Herman, Carolyn Kelly, Brian Cook on sports, and Courtney Maines with the TV5 Weather Center forecast. Now from the news team bringing coverage closer to home, this is TV5 News.
Welcome back to TV5 News at 8. The number of students receiving financial aid at Clarion University is increasing.
That news tops our look at Clarion University news. Funding from various sources may peak at an all-time high at the university this year. According to figures released from the Financial Aid Office at Clarion University, almost 80% of university students are receiving some type of financial aid. Nationally, only 50% of students receive aid. A visiting artist is coming to Clarion University Stanford Gallery. Judy Skookvers will present her exhibition Thread and Paint March 13th through April 19th. The exhibit features complex stitcheries on fine linen mounted on canvas. If you would like more information about the gallery or the exhibit, call 393-2412.
In regional news, yet another shooting in Wilkinsburg to report this evening. Authorities say that 2 men have been hospitalized after an overnight shooting. The shooting occurred on the playground of the Johnstown Elementary School around 10:30 p.m. yesterday. The victims are at UPMC Presbyterian Hospital. One victim has a gunshot wound to the leg and the other has a bullet wound to the chest. The search continues for a suspect. In response to the shootings like this and others across the country, President Clinton presented statistics today showing the number of juveniles killed due to firearms increased drastically from 1987 to 1993. Last week, Clinton pledged to meet with lawmakers in an effort to break the logjam on gun control legislation. With an emphasis on gun safety locks and mandated background checks at gun shows, both houses of Congress have passed separate gun control legislation but have not worked out a compromise bill.
A state Senate panel heard testimony today on 2 bills that could ban motorists from using cell phones while driving. One woman who testified before the committee was the mother of a 2-year-old who was killed in an accident where the other driver was talking on a cell phone. Philadelphia's Fairmount Park Commission has decided to cancel a controversial deer kill in the McCaskill Valley. The Park Commission's Chief of Staff told KYW Radio that protesters have been sneaking into the woods. Now, that has caused officials to cancel the event because of the possibility of a protester being shot.
Are you tired of paying those high gas prices? Well, you're not alone, and you may be paying more in the next few months, possibly as much as 20 cents more by the end of May. The U.S. Energy Department reports that even though oil exporting countries may boost production soon to ease acute shortage, it will be too late to help keep the gas prices from rising. So how is potential rises in gas prices affecting motorists locally? Join us tomorrow night for Local Reaction.
Coming up after the break, the weather has been beautiful. Will it continue? Courtney Maines will be here with your TV5 Weather Center forecast.
Plus, Gary Martin will be here to give you advice on how to purchase the right stocks. All this and more coming up as TV5 News brings coverage closer to home. But first, here's a look at tonight's stock report.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Curly Tires. Curly Tires is located on Greenville Avenue Extension in Clarion. They offer a wide variety of tires to meet your car or truck needs. Curly Tire is open Monday through Saturday. Call 226-6657. That's Curly Tire. Phone 226-6657.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Timberland's Restaurant. The Timberland's Restaurant is located near Interstate 80 and Route 68 in the Holiday Inn. The Timberland's Restaurant is open daily 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. and from 4 to 10 p.m. Call 226-8850.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Pizza Pub. The Pizza Pub is located at 1306 East Main Street in Clarion and offers radio dispatch delivery. Call 226-8721. The Pizza Pub is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone them at 226-8721. When other stations are showing their boring programming, only one station is bringing news coverage closer to home.
Now a story you'll hear first on 5.
Every Tuesday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m., join the area's news leader, TV5 News. Tune in for the latest in local, regional, state, and national news. Plus, with our newspaper exchange partner, the Clarion News, teaming up to bring news coverage closer to home every Tuesday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m.
Welcome back to TV5 News. It's Super Tuesday, and that means the busiest day yet in the primary election season. Primaries were held today in almost every region of the country. Delegates will be awarded for more than half necessary to secure a nomination. Republican John McCain and Democrat Bill Bradley are hoping for upset wins today, and frontrunners George W. Bush and Al Gore are hoping for decisive victories. Results from the primaries are still coming in at this hour, but stay with TV5 News throughout the week for the results of today's races. Officials working on the investigation of the Southwest Airlines plane that landed on a California street instead of the runway are looking into the possibility that a dashboard display played a role in the crash. The Dallas Morning News is reporting that investigators are looking into a display that superimposes a picture of the runway over the view of the actual runway to show exactly where the plane will touch down.
We mentioned before that it is Super Tuesday in the political world, but it is Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras in the rest of the world. Reports from New Orleans say that tens of thousands of revelers have gathered in the New Orleans French Quarters and the famous Bourbon Street to party one last night before Ash Wednesday tomorrow. Joining the thousands on hand are celebrities including Harry Connick Jr. and Whoopi Goldberg. Dow 10,000 happened last year, and today it was NASDAQ 5,000. In the first hour of trading today, the NASDAQ Composite crossed over the 5,000 mark for the first time ever. The NASDAQ closed today at 4,847.81. That's down 57.4 from yesterday. You may remember that it was just last November that the NASDAQ Composite closed above the 3,000 level for the first time. As you can see, the stock market is hot, so how can you decide what stock is best to buy? Gary Martin is here with some advice in tonight's Financial Beat. Gary?
If you're thinking about buying a particular stock, look beyond its price and try to see if you're getting a good value. One way of determining a stock's value is through its price-to-earnings ratio, or PE. To calculate a PE, divide a company's current stock price by its per-share earnings. So a company whose stock price is $50 a share and whose earnings per share is $5 has a PE of 10, meaning that the company is trading at 10 times earnings. Basically, the higher the PE, the more you're willing to pay for every dollar of a company's earnings. If a stock has a PE of several hundred, you may begin to question whether it's really a good value. The next time you're considering a stock, look at its PE. It's got an interesting story to tell. For TV5's Financial Beat, I'm Gary Martin, your Clarion Edward Jones representative, member SIPC.
Questions that you would like to see answered on the Financial Beat? Send them to Financial Beat, Becker Hall, Clarion University, Clarion, Pennsylvania, 16214. We cannot apply to every individual letter.
It feels like summer outside, but the big question is, how long will it continue? Courtney Maines is here with your TV5 Weather Center forecast. Courtney?
What a great day outside today. With clear skies and warm temperatures, it was definitely a good day to break out the t-shirts and shorts. Let's take a look at the maps and see how long this nice weather is going to stick with us. Taking a look over at the west, you can see clouds are hovering over the west, bringing them some forms of precipitation. But as we move on over to the east, we can see we're still under clear skies today, which will last into much of this evening as well. Moving on to the fronts map, we can see that areas of the west are under a high pressure system, bringing with them some forms of precipitation. Moving over across the east, we can see that we are under a low pressure system right now, experiencing some dry temperatures, but we're being invaded by a high pressure system, which will bring us some rain later this week. Moving on to temperatures across the United States, we can see much of the west is seeing 40-degree weather. Moving on over towards the east, we can see things are starting to move up. In the Ohio Valley areas of the Panhandle, they're in 50-degree weather today, and in Pennsylvania we had a low of 40 but highs of 60s. Moving on to the precipitation map, we can see areas of the west are seeing forms of precipitation. Areas of Idaho and the Four Corners seeing some rain and snow over there. Moving over a little bit towards Texas, areas of Texas are seeing rain with some lightning showers. And moving over to the east, we're still seeing some clear skies today. Taking a look at the 5-day fronts map, we can see Wednesday we're seeing partly cloudy skies, high of 70, low of 50. Thursday, again, partly cloudy, high of 74, low of 51. Friday, we're going to see some rain with a high of 75, a low of 37. Saturday, more rain with a high of 54, low of 30. And on Sunday, more rain with a high of 49 and a low of 26. That's all for the weather. Back to you, Christy and Carolyn.
Brian Cook will be here with the details of Clarion athletes honored by the PSAC.
And find out about one couple's special wedding. It's all next as TV5 News brings coverage closer to home.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Carpet Barn. The Carpet Barn is located at 470 South 5th Avenue in Clarion. The Carpet Barn is open Monday through Saturday for all your carpet needs. So call the Carpet Barn, 226-7332.
Standing out from the crowd is easy when you stop in at Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all with many different styles. With our newly expanded shoe and accessory department, you're surely to find that special touch to enhance that new outfit. And if you have a fashion question, our experts are here to help. That's Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall, just off Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Sunday from noon till 5.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Fox's Pizza Den. Fox's Pizza Den is located on Old Route 66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 226-5555. That's 226-5555. Fox's Pizza Den is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone 226-5555.
Portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Mulligan's Lounge. Mulligan's Lounge is located near I-80 and Route 68 in the Holiday Inn. Mulligan's Lounge is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Call 226-8850.
News. Clarion University basketball program is making headlines again. Our Brian Cook has the latest details in Sports Report. Brian?
Thank you, Christy. Clarion University basketball is proud to announce 4 players that have been honored by the PSAC. Sophomore David Shearer was named to the men's first team PSAC squad. Shearer was the second leading scorer on the team with 16.1 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. Shearer also shot 78% from the free throw line. Last season, he was named the Rookie of the Year. Freshman point guard Raleigh Smith was named Rookie of the Year this year with an average of 9 points per game with a team high of 3.7 assists per game. Junior guard Tamir Harbin was named to the PSAC second team. Tamir led the team in scoring with 16.9 points per game. He also had 4.9 rebounds per game. Harbin's 16.9 points per game was the 7th best in the PSAC and 3rd best in the PSAC West. Last but not least, junior guard Melissa Uraus was named to the women's second team PSAC West squad. Uraus averaged 14.7 points per game and 7 rebounds. Uraus also hit a school record by hitting 39 consecutive free throws. She ended the season shooting a whopping 80.5% from the line, the 3rd best single season mark in school history. Down in Bradenton, Florida, the Pirates had a big scare when non-roster pitcher David Stevens suffered a seizure in the Pirates clubhouse. Stevens was able to walk to the training room under his own power, and then he collapsed. He was taken to Manatee Memorial Hospital. As of right now, there is no word on his condition. Dennis Rodman is back in the news. The Dallas Maverick forward is charged today with a single misdemeanor count from when he was arrested in California. Rodman's blood alcohol level was 0.15. Now that's nearly twice California State's legal limit. Here at the TV5 Sports Department, we would like to wish 2 stars of the Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl era happy birthday. Franco Harris, who is known for the Immaculate Reception, turns 50, and Lynn Swan, who is known for his graceful acrobatic receptions, turns 48 today. That's all for TV5 Sports. I'm Brian Cook. Back to you, Christy and Carolyn.
Thanks, Brian. Are you looking for something to do this week? Well, Corey Pittman has the answers in tonight's Entertainment Beat calendar of events. Back to you. We're having a couple technical difficulties, so sorry. Thanks, Corey. They say true lovers can happen at any time or at any age. Well, one Montana couple is proving that point. Bill Alexander and Emma Hansen got married in the nursing home where they live. The groom is in his 90s while the bride is 83. This love story comes full circle since the couple has known each other since they were kids, but married 2 other people in the course of their lives. Alexander says that you're never too old to make the best of your life, and that is certainly a factual statement. We're now able to show you the Corey Pittman Entertainment Beat, so over to you, Corey.
Good evening and welcome to this edition of Community Calendar. Tomorrow night at 5 p.m. in 252 Gemmel, the University Activities Board will hold a wellness series. On Saturday, March 11th, from 7 till 9 p.m., Michelle's Calf will host an exhibition of original collage by Kate Huffenagel. Monday, March 13th, the Professional Development Series will host How to Dine and Act Fine in 252 Gemmel at 5:30 p.m. And on Tuesday, March 14th, the MLK Series will continue in Hart Chapel at 7:30 p.m. I am Corey Pittman for TV5 News.
Well, that's TV5 News tonight, live at 8. Join me tomorrow when I join Cynthia Walker. I'm Christy Herman. Good night.
And I'm Carolyn Kelly. Have a good night.